What up, family? This is your boy K Floyd, and I wanted to kick it with you about your natural self, or getting back to your natural self or your natural state, getting back to who you really are. And I just wanted to share an experience I had. Recently, maybe like 3-4 months ago, I started meditating in reverse. I learned from one of the elders during one of the lectures I was watching. I believe it was Bobby Hemmett. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it was Bobby or not. But anywho, so I started applying this, meditating in reverse. And then almost instantaneously, as my days, during my day, I would just start having flashbacks of times of my, when I was like 2, 3, and 4 years old. Now, up until that point, I pretty much can remember most things from 4 or 5 up until now. I'm 41 now. But I didn't have, like, for example, when the thought came, I remembered it, but I never thought about that from the time I was 2 to now. But one of the memories I had was, I used to, when I would sit on the couch and watch TV, I would literally pull my foot to my mouth and literally would bite my toenails. Well, I know y'all like, but I did, like, natural state, natural self, right? I mean, because like who does that? Like, I mean, do that when you're, in front of your parents or something like that. I mean, they'll reprimand you or whatever, but obviously I was doing what was natural, So, that was one thing. But another thing that I noticed, my unconscious mind would start to, well, obviously my subconscious would put it together and would bring it to the forefront. It would parallel scenarios or experiences when I was 4, 5, and 6, and it would parallel it and compare to something I'm dealing with now. And then I would just have this thought in my head, like, what would the real you do? You know what I'm saying? It's really amazing, right? I would have this thought, like, what would the real you do, right? So this was kind of happening often, like, literally my mind would go back to, my childhood and compared to something I'm trying to figure out right now, and it would just do it on its own. Oh, but let me back up to the meditation. Why I meditate in reverse? So when I was listening to one of the elders, like I said, I believe it was him, and I'm not sure. The point of meditating in reverse is because it goes against what you normally do, and in your spiritual quest, you want to go against everything that you were taught to find and awaken you, right? The real you, right? So so the point of that is, you meditate in reverse, you will remember your past lives and your past lives and past experiences, right? And that's when I started to get these memories, these 2-year-old memories, these 3-year-old memories and stuff like that or whatnot. But also with it, so I thought that was just pretty amazing. So now what I started to do on my own, I started to think back to the things I did when I was younger, and sure enough, man, I was just so focused, unaffected. I mean, and then and that's the reason for the my background picture. I mean, look at me, look at the eye, look at my eyes, look how happy I am. Like, I'm just so innocent. Like, no worry in the world, no care in the world. My hair is quote unquote nappy, and I look like I'm quite all right with that, And so it made me start to go back and look at old pictures, and then just kind of compare them to current pictures, and and huge difference. And I'll say that, that for another video. But pretty much what I learned was, one of the things you can do to help you while you're on your spiritual quest, while you're on your ascension journey, is to try to remember what you were before school, before parents, before peers, before TV, before the books and stuff, the kid books, which are, has all kind of racist stuff going on in there, the program the babies, try to think back to how you were when you were little, and that's a big help, and that's the key. And like I said, try meditating in reverse. And I would love to hear, what other people are, getting, what their experiences are. So, like I said, and I still, like I said, I haven't been doing it in reverse as consistent as I should, but I do meditate every day, at least twice a day. Like I said, it just hasn't become a habit yet, but I'm working on it. I'm getting more and more consistent with that. But like I said, the first, like I did it like the first few times, like, and immediately I started to see stuff. Like, I started to get these visions, and it just really blew me away. And I always tell people about how they need to really protect their subconscious, how important the subconscious mind is. It's just stuff like that. When you do the studying, you do the work, you get information, you apply it, and then you see how the subconscious mind responds to that. And it really adds clarity to why movies are so important, why media is so important. It just adds a little more clarity to that. So anyway, that was pretty much it. I just kind of wanted to share that experience. Yeah, man, just getting back to your natural self, like the god and goddesses that you are. All right, peace, family. Hey, this is my first video, so I know it might be a little raggedy, or, I don't know, but I'm not gonna even edit this. I'm just gonna ride it through, and I want to watch my progression, and I want to kind of progress, with you guys. All right, family. Peace and all the prosperity be with you guys. All right, one love.